You
got it? Yes, sir. Is it on?
Wait,
Okay.
yeah, go on.
I'll go ahead and pass this around. I call this my veteran's scrapbook. Hello, my name is Tamika Moore, and I will be talking today about Iraq and Afghanistan veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder, the war here at home in America. Let's see here.
Go to slideshow. Down at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then from the beginning, on the left. Oops. Try it one more time. Just one click.
Okay. Does anyone know what PTSD is? Okay, very good. It stands for post-traumatic stress disorder, and it can actually happen to anybody that has been through a very traumatic experience in their life. I suffered from PTSD from being over in Iraq. Now, what I'm going to talk about today are politics, healthcare, recovering skills, and PTSD. I remember the first time I was in my M60 school, which is the machine gun school. We had to practice to disarm and re-engage our M60. And there were about 30 to 40 parts that we had to dismantle. I failed. You know, this gun was about 25 pounds, and I had no idea how to take it apart and put it back together in less than 4 minutes. And so in order to pass, I would have to use my lunch break to go ahead and, you know, disassemble and put it back together, and just all these little parts, and just, I was like, wow, overwhelmed. I finally did it, and so to get the grade that I needed to pass, I was going to have to do it in front of my classroom. And so with that being said, I achieved that mission. And the instructors were so shocked. They were like, wow, let's get some more instructors up here. And they went next door, grabbed some more instructors, and here's this weapon, you know, that takes up it's about this long. And, you know, we've got tables similar to these set up. And the instructors said, you know, look, this is a bet, this is a contest. And so we went ahead, and someone had the stopwatch, and I was like, done, you know, got it. And the instructors, I beat the instructors, and they had been doing this for years. So that built up my self-esteem, and later in life, a little did I know that was going to save my life. The health care that I receive is very poor. I go to the Department of Veterans Affairs, which is also called the VA for short. I've been going to the VA since 2003. I checked in, well, actually, I went AWOL from the military because something was going on with me mentally, and I didn't know what was going on. And all I knew was I could not stop thinking about Iraq. And I went AWOL and went to the Exxon, grabbed a six-pack, went home, and called my parents long distance and said, I'm done with the military. I can't do this anymore. Like, the military uniform was stressing me out. You know, everything about the military was just stressing me out, and I couldn't get these images out of my head from Iraq. And so finally, they took me to the VA in Tucson, Arizona for 28 days where they gave me medications, and they diagnosed me as having the PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. And so I got labeled as being crazy and, you know, all kind of names. And these were people in my unit. You know, they didn't know what was going on with me, let alone myself. I didn't know what was going on with me. I had a fear of crowds, you know, people like of this size, you know, would intimidate me because I would feel like there would be a sniper, you know, prepared to shoot me, and so I would always be on high alert. I checked into Lakeside, my last hospitalization in 2009, where I felt as though Al Qaeda was trying to kill me, and I took cover under my bed. PTSD is very real and it's very severe. I did kick out a bulletproof window at Lakeside, and I was discharged. They put me on many medications such as Prozac, Geodone, narcotics for anxiety, and along the process, it's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster ride. Now, Memorial Day, that was, like, holidays are different for veterans with PTSD. They're not the same. They never will be the same. The American flag will never be looked at the same. Let me go ahead and click this here. Because of all this, it's very important that you see your psychologist and see a psychiatrist. The difference between psychologists, they do all the listening and yeah, and then you got your psychiatrist, which gives you the medications. And I stopped doing both for a while, and I turned to drinking as my way of coping with, you know, my flashbacks and my nightmares and my issues of people that had died in front of me over, you know, in the war zone. And as you can see, it takes support groups, you know, for PTSD. One of which I've just started recently, the Women's PTSD Support Group, which will be in effect as of September 23rd of this year, which has taken, it's way past overdue, but it's finally, you know, here and available. I got involved with politics in 2006. I went to my first town hall meeting. I'd come back from, when I was honorably discharged from the military, I went to see Mayor A.C. Wharton, and we spoke briefly, and I thanked him for, you know, his support, for welcoming me back, and I told him, you know, how much Harold Ford Jr. had so much influence over Senator John McCain, because I was stationed at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, which is John McCain's state. And when I tried to call his office, I got denied, and they told me to stop calling his office. And I called my dad here in Memphis from Tucson, and we began to, the next day, whatever Congressman Ford did, he did what he did best, and, you know, I had my commander come out and see me, and I had, you know, various supervisors and things of that nature to make sure that I was okay. With that being said, the town hall meetings, I was so nervous the very first time that I went before the podium. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to speak about. I didn't know, you know, I mean, I was before the congressman. This is like a big deal, you know, and what was I supposed to do? I'm just, you know, a public servant, you know. So I was so nervous that I lost my voice. And, you know, luckily they had a microphone, and I spoke my issues, and Marcy Thomas, the deputy director of Congressman Steve Cohen's office, was there. Randy Wade, the director of Congressman Cohen's office, was there. Billy Henry and Congressman Cohen himself was there. And I expressed these issues that I had with the Department of Veterans Affairs. And, you know, I thought to myself, how am I going to override the VA? So I went to Congress, hence the town hall meetings, to get my point across. There are also consent forms